Welcome back to the Hustle Co podcast featuring me and Jonathan and Justin.
It's good to be back. Did you go Black Friday shopping?
No.
Nope. I did not either.
I didn't either. But we did have Black Friday sale at the store, and it was pretty good. I guess I may have ordered a few things online, but
Now, when you say you had it at the store, was there a crowd? You had to
Yeah,
run
we-
out of the way, like you opened
No,
earlier or anything?
no, it wasn't any. This was probably the slowest Black Friday we've had, just because, online's taking over and
Yeah.
everybody's just, a lot of people just ordering online, I feel like, ordering.
Yeah, they ain't even going to get groceries anymore. We
Yeah.
don't.
We don't either.
Walmart brings them to the door.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know really how they make any money doing that, do you?
I can't. The business in me, the business mind, is like, I always ask my wife, I'm like, are you paying $100 or something for this delivery? Like, what, is there a fee? And she's like, you can tip your driver or something. It's not really like a big difference compared to taking all the time out, loading the kids up, going. Like, I've hit maybe $20. I don't even know. It's not a lot. It's
Yeah.
not like $150 to deliver them or something. And someone just randomly pulls up, stacks it all out, and knocks on the door.
I have
Start putting
noticed
your groceries
it's,
up.
if you tip, it's a lot better. Like if you tip, and it's worth it. I mean, to do it.
Yeah, we tip.
And
Camille
you
tips.
can
everything.
tell.
Leaves a
depending-
good comment, review, whatever.
You can depend on how the tip goes, who shows up.
Yep.
You may have a guy that looks like he just got out of jail, or and then you'll have a real. If you give a little more, you'll have somebody that's real clean and
Yeah.
professional, like
We've had some good ones. Nice vehicles. That's another thing. It's like they'll pull up maybe in a big nice vehicle and back in, and they're bringing us our groceries. It makes you feel kind of like you're upper class or something like that. I just have my stuff brought straight to the door. I don't even leave.
Then
Grocery shopping. Who does that?
Then you get out there and you're like, I feel bad. Should I help them now?
Yeah. Do I answer the door?
I don't need
Do I
that.
say thank you?
I'm just gonna hide in here till they get it on the porch.
Shoot, they
We
pulled
do.
Up, they pulled up with me and they've got nicer trucks than I do.
Yeah. The last couple
well,
have big
they-
nice SUVs.
Now, they make good money. That's why I say I don't know how Walmart comes out, which they make a lot of money on their stuff. But I know we save money because you go in there, you're gonna get a bunch of crap you don't need.
Yeah.
You want to buy stuff just because you got in there and you seen it. It's like, yeah, I've been needing that a long time. Didn't need it at all, but you'll get it anyway.
Yeah, that's like Kroger is more expensive, but you don't buy nowhere near as many stuff as you do in Walmart.
We did the Kroger pickup a few times, but it just seems like they don't have it together like Walmart does, I guess.
What's been the funniest substitution you guys got when they don't have something?
Kroger would always do off the wall stuff, but Walmart, I feel like they'll give you something a little better than what you ordered.
Picture this one. I was on a kick of nacho flavored bugles.
Yeah,
And we get the family size bag, and the whole family would sit around and eat bugles at night. Wasn't the healthiest thing, but we was on this kick. So every time she would order, she'd get them. We randomly get our order in there. She's like, oh man, they ain't got the bugles ain't in here. And we get to looking, and we have a case of root beer. And we've never ordered root beer. We don't drink it. Nobody does. And she's like, she gets on her app or whatever, looks, and it replaced bugles, nacho flavored bugles with root beer, a 6-pack or whatever of 20-ounce bottles of root beer. And I'm like, I just can't draw that line to.
you
I
drank
could
them though,
understand.
didn't you?
We did, yeah. We
No,
don't
it
waste.
was a
We
replacement. It was a replacement.
don't- Everybody liked root beer for a couple of days,
Yeah, no bugles today, guys. We get root beer.
but it's like, how do you make that connection? Is AI doing or does someone be like, you know what, this family needs? They need some root beer.
Close
They have
enough.
never tried it, never ordered it. Let's get them some root beer. We may gain a customer for life, And it's like, I can understand just regular bugles or, nacho, like Doritos, like something similar, but it was completely different.
Yeah,
That's the weirdest one we've ever had. Usually it's pretty normal, like a different brand or the house. You know what I mean? It's just a subtle thing, or just a refund. But that one was funny. I was like, I don't get it.
yeah. I do feel like that they had a little better like deals online for Black Friday than they have before. I feel like I've seen a lot better.
I know they're doing Cyber Monday,
Yeah,
but it's kind of like it's all starting to bleed back
Yeah.
and forth. You know what I'm talking about? Like you can kind of get on there on Thursday and get deals, and Wednesday night you can get deals.
yeah.
What do you think? I mean,
I miss the old days of everybody just going into Walmart and fighting over towels or something.
So the unfair part about that, if you remember, Mom would drag us. We went every year.
I love
it's
going.
early. Too,
Well, I
usually.
like going too. But
I'm a
so-
shopper though. I'm weird.
So it would be I'm pretty sure it was Thanksgiving night. They would do like the consoles. You know, I always would try to get a PlayStation 5 or a Xbox or whatever. And she'd be like, if you're wanting it, you got to go sit in line.
Yeah,
And so they would put you in like an aisle. You'd be like over there where the screws is at. And they'd make you sit there for 3 hours in that aisle.
yeah. That was like right before COVID. I feel like they started that before. It was like everything's on a pallet and you just had to fight people.
Yeah.
Because I remember one year, you probably remember the Paula Deen cookware sets? Those were the top item, I feel like. Sarah got a set, but like they all would get there. And I remember everybody would like have their hands on the pallet and it stacked up, just like holding on. You never did go though, have you? You never
No,
went?
I heard stories, but how it went was Mom and my two sisters. My two sisters are a little older than I am, so the shopping thing really wasn't. You know, they liked it. I didn't much care for it, but I would just wake up at like 9:00 and everyone gone. Dad's gone to work,
Yeah.
and because when you worked in the strip mines, you just get off on Thanksgiving. You don't.
Yeah.
There is no 4-day weekend or nothing. So, and they let you work Saturday to make it up. So I just wake up alone.
It was fun just to go and watch people. I mean, you would see, like the Paula Deen says, they'd have like one in each arm here, and they'd be, you know, they wouldn't even need to. They didn't even need any. They
It's
just
such a
pack them
deal.
around, and
I
then
gotta have two.
then they'd throw them down, and Mom would like go all around the store, and she'd find what she needed because people would just abandon them.
The best part's when they had like the crates and it was like towels. There was one year a lady jumped in the crate to get some $3 towels. And the towels wasn't worth $3. It's them old rough, like you could just buff a
Sandpaper
car
towels.
Brillo pad.
with.
60
little,
grit
little
towels.
SOS pad on there, man.
Is them ones where you use them and like you squeeze it out and there's like red dyes everywhere. You think you're bleeding or something.
Yeah.
It's just them old poor
Red dye
clothes.
40 in the towels.
I swear you grab one out of the shower and you go,
I'm not ready for this.
I remember I was probably like 5 or 6, but I remember it was at Barberville Walmart and they'd had Black Friday sale and Mom took me and my grandma and she left me and my grandma and I was in the buggy and they had like a caution tape lined up and people were, you know, just like you'd see on like maybe the New York City when they're having the ball drop. And they cut that cord, and I was in the buggy, dude. And I went down every aisle just riding that buggy. People just elbowing me, and I never did see my mom. I don't know what happened to her, but I remember that plainly. It's just like a herd of cattle, and they was just pushing me everywhere. And Mom, she's just out there getting some towels.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if it'll ever get back to that or not. It's just there's too many easier ways, I guess, to shop. But
I think they've got prices. So like Amazon, I caught them. Like they were advertising 40% off, but they had marked the product up 30%.
yeah,
Like,
They do some tricks with that.
yeah, they trick
like
you around.
list price is $49.99, but you can get it for $17. You know, and it's like, is it really $49.99 to begin with? You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like that don't sound right either.
So here's an interesting thing with tech. And tech has kind of gotten cheap, which is like you think about the big TV that Mom and Dad had, the big speakers at the bottom.
big floor model.
That thing was $2,000 new back in the day.
Yeah,
And that was big time back in the day. $2,000 is like big time.
And,
it
you-
had that big HD on the bottom.
and now you can roll up to Walmart with $300 and get the biggest TV, 4K. Like,
Yeah,
they're not kind of crazy.
it's wild.
Like that was a family investment. Now it's like, TV broke, go buy another one.
Yeah, Sarah's stepdad bought. He always had top of the line TV. Didn't matter, but he had bought a plasma like when they first come out. It seemed like he said it was like $4,000 or something.
Yeah.
It was a Sony plasma.
So like when the PlayStation 3 came out, it was $700. The PlayStation 5 currently is $399. Makes
Like
sense.
I guess the demand isn't like it was. or
Well,
something.
so they found out. So specifically with gaming, they don't make money off the consoles.
Yeah.
They make money, and they don't even make money off the games. It's when you get in the games and start paying for stuff in the game.
Yeah.
Like Fortnite, you buy a skin, it's $20.
Yeah.
You know, there's kids that's got hundreds of skins, you know.
And the parents probably have no clue. They just getting those random charges and not noticing, even knowing what it is.
Credit card on file, whatever, it's just charging. And
Yeah.
it's like, man, this credit card will not go down.
Yeah, it won't ever go down. That's why I'm afraid for my kids to get on like any of that stuff. Like Macy, she was talking about Fortnite, and I've already heard so many horror stories. I just like changed the subject when she asked about it.
Yeah, it's a weird thing for sure, and it's here's what I was gonna say too. So I play like 2K basketball online, and here's what's wild. Like, you ever played games online much at all? So I'm on there last night. It's about 1:30 in the morning, and on this game you can join like this crew, and you can play. You make a player and you play with each other.
Yeah.
So like you can make a center and not have a point guard, and we'd be on the same team playing against somebody else's full team lineup or whatever. So we want to join this crew, right? And the guy that he's like, you might know him. It's Caleb,
Yeah.
Caleb Mills. I was like, that is so wild. And that's my first cousin. I ain't seen him in like 15 years. And then we get on there and talk for like 2 hours, start playing ball together. Like, is that not the craziest?
Yeah, it's a good social thing. I have a few friends that do that, get together and play all from high school, and good way to keep in touch and then play too.
Yeah, when PlayStation 2 was the last thing. I worked out money and stood in line and got one. And it was, you could hook up an Ethernet cable or something to it, but I never did that. And it was kind of like after that, that was kind of the thing, and I just missed it. Like the PlayStation 3 or whatever, then it was like a big ordeal. Like that's what you did. You played online. You could, like you said, you could find your buddies and be on teams. You didn't have to have them sitting right beside you.
Well, we had
I missed that.
we had dial up until like 2020,
Yeah.
so we never could get.
It
Never
took
could get any-
35 minutes to watch a 30-second
There
YouTube
was no
video.
strong connection there, and moms, you never. It wasn't important to her to have any kind of internet, or as long as she could look up the news or something. That's about it. But yeah, I remember the dial-up days.
So like, what's crazy? So like, when you were getting right out of that gaming age or whatever, that's like when it started blowing up. So
Yeah.
people would go at midnight, and there's a thing, and it's a nostalgia video, and it's like a guy with Halo 3 when it came out, and there was probably, it was like 1,000 people at midnight, and they went home and they played that game for like a month straight.
Yeah,
And you could get online, and it was like nothing that ever could be done before.
Yeah, that's what I just barely. I guess you did. How old are you?
34. It was.
Yeah,
it was
I just
big. It was
barely
big when I
missed
went.
it.
A lot of my friends done it, but
I'm 36.
it's just
so
like I
barely-
guess we didn't have the internet and stuff, and I just, my dad put me to work, and I kind of just never did get to it. I guess
I know all about that.
I was interested in money and girls, and I never did get into the games as much.
So that's like playing a PS2. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great, but I couldn't play it for more than 30 minutes or an hour.
I'll tell you, it
It's-
ain't in depth enough.
It's
or
not.
something.
It's just something you pick up and then you can drop. But now when you got this online and there's 4 other people you're playing with,
I think it makes a big difference. Like you
it's
said,
a big difference.
because you're just playing and you kind of get tired of it and you keep getting killed or whatever. And you're
Yeah,
just
like
"Ah."
Mario or something.
Yeah, and you're just like,
there's no
I'm
way
done
you
with
can
this.
play
Yeah.
very long on
And
Mario.
so what's crazy, and Justin knows a little bit about it. I met this guy that he was from here, but I'd never met him before. His name's Ben, and literally met him on there. He had moved to Florida. He moved back here. Me and him's talking on Xbox or whatever. He moves and all right. So he don't care if I talk about it or whatever. And I'm good buddies with all of them. And he meets a girl on the Xbox. All right. He moves to Delaware. They're married with 2 kids right now. And they come back, and I went on vacation with them. Like our kids, we go up to Delaware. We try to go once a year and see them. Is that because I joined his Xbox party?
That's wild.
That is
Crazy,
crazy, ain't it?
Yeah,
and
it's
there's
crazy.
so many stories like that. People meeting And I played with him last night at 1:00 in the morning.
Yeah, it connects the whole world. It's just that's one of the good things about the online and everything, gaming and stuff.
That there is a ton of negativity. You can get on there and people will cuss you out,
Yeah,
call you things you never heard before.
yeah, words you never discovered.
But anyway, with Black Friday, it's like tech, and I don't know if it's just me, and it's not that I'm this privileged kid, but when I feel like well, cell phones aren't like when they were. You remember when the iPhone 4 came out? Like you had to have that. Like now it's like new iPhones. Well, I'll wait a couple years.
Yeah,
Then it's like I'm due for an upgrade.
it's not enough change to be anxious to get the new one, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not like used to Black Friday. Something's on sale. You're like getting that. Like
Yeah.
It was a lot to do with electronics. Seemed like always
Yeah.
like a TV, a PlayStation, games, and then you had some streak, like you said, of people doing like towels and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
it was like the fights were over.
MP3 players was real big.
Yeah,
Yeah, Black
The-
Friday.
Dude,
the
you
fights
remember
were over.
You
like,
remember the Zune? Did you have one of them?
Yeah, I had one for about a month, and then I took it back to Walmart just because it was $100. I was like, I'd rather have the money. But
I
it was
had-
like 300. I feel like regular price. That's crazy to think even now that was that high for the Zune. But it had a screen, I guess was why.
What made like what brand is
What was
is
it? Was
its
it
own
Zune,
brand?
Zune was its own thing.
I was thinking it maybe been
No, it-
Microsoft or
No,
something.
it was its own thing. It might have been owned by them,
Might have been.
and so like it was its own music, and there wasn't no Spotify back then.
It was kind of the competitor with the
to the iPod.
iPod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like it didn't capture anything, the iPod. And now it's crazy. Like a music player is so useless.
Yeah,
It's the most useless.
it's all in your phone. Everything.
Everybody's got an i. All these kids have phones. Like I had an iPod, but then I just got a phone and I literally tossed the iPod to the side.
I don't know what happened. It just how it happened. But I have never had an Apple product. I always, even on
You've
the
dodged it for years.
even in MP3s, it was the Samsung Shuffle or Samsung. It's always like kind of close. It wasn't the Shuffle. It was
Yeah.
the Mix or whatever they call it. But it was like $80, and they had the little iPod, and then the big one. It was a Shuffle, and then the full size or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just got that, and it worked great, and it was $80, and I probably still have it somewhere, and it still worked. It was a Samsung, and
Yeah.
that's kind of why I went Samsung phones, and I've always been the Galaxy.
It was kind of a fashion statement, I guess,
Yeah.
for people. And the reason why that I didn't have an iPhone until, I guess, after high school, it's just because we got these stores, a lot of things uses Apple apps that I use, like for the schedule and things like that. And I had an Android for a while, and it's like the apps didn't work too good for it. Like even Square, I only had just the Square is what we use to process cards. And like they only had one app, and it was just like a report app. But another app that they have too that didn't offer it on Android, so it kind of just brought me back to it. But I'm open to either one. But it's just like I guess Apple's made contracts with a lot of
Yeah.
these developers and stuff, and to keep their customers there.
So the trouble with that is if you got Apple, there's iPod, iPhone, and then iPad. And all these developers have to do is make it's actually interesting you say that because like even back to like I'm a big gaming nerd, I've always has been. I build computers and play on them and not Xboxes or whatever. And so like a computer is nowhere near as powerful as an Xbox for the money. And the reason is these guys only have to develop this game to work on this Xbox. And so with the iPhone, iPod, or iPad, they only got to make that app work on iPhone, iPod, or iPad. With Android, you've got your phone, which is probably different than mine, tablets. Like there's so many things they have to try to make it work.
Yeah.
Folding phones, flip phones, tablets.
Yeah.
And so Justin switched the Samsung or that OnePlus. I
Yeah.
did like it was a good phone, but it just when you're in that Apple ecosystem, you can't get out.
It's hard to get out of it.
You're everything you own. And to be fair, it is the best ecosystem. I ain't gonna say it ain't. Like it's better than Android, but maybe I like being different or they don't make a flip. I got one of the folding phones. I just kind of like that real good.
It's like you get used to it. I don't know what it is, but they put a lot of technology and a lot of research into that. It's like I can use an Apple iPhone probably 3 times as fast. I can work, just doing different things, using different apps. Like I'll manage the website. I do everything in the world on the phone. Manage the website, schedule the employees, do payroll, email, everything from that phone. Don't even have to touch a computer, which I do, but the phone is just as easy now.
So what they do is like right now, you probably don't even know there's an iPhone Air. You seen that?
I've heard about it, yeah.
So there's an iPhone Air, and that's basically they will put out their really good phone and then an average phone, and then the Air, they kind of sprinkle that in there to see how it does. One of the worst performing iPhones ever. They already cut production on them. Like it's just nobody wants a different iPhone. Everybody wants a little bit better iPhone.
I want one to be a great invention where you open it up and it's real small. You hit a button and it does stretches. That'll be the next thing, really.
So it's fun. I was literally watching that. They made, and it was in 19, they made how your back camera is way better than your front camera.
Yeah.
When you put your front camera on, the back camera flipped to the front. That was the thing for 1 year. And then everybody quit. Everybody wants a standard, basic, really good phone.
Yeah. The first MP3 player I had, and I got it during Black Friday, and that was early on. I remember they had them. They were real small, and it was a flash drive, basically. Do you remember them? Ever seen them? Like
Yep.
it had a cap on it. You pull it off, plug it in.
My buddy had one of those.
So I got one, and I don't know, I guess Black Friday they had them. They was probably $30 then. I got it home. I was like, I'm going to fill this thing up.
10
And
songs.
I put it in the computer. No, it was 6 songs. That's all it would hold was 6. So you play those 6 songs, you'd have to delete them and put some more on. Wasn't enough to get through, 6 songs at 4 minutes apiece. You might have 20 minutes of music, I guess.
I have to say, the Samsung one I had, it held quite a bit.
Yeah, it jumped real quick there, but it was only like 32 megabyte, I think, is all that it would hold. The one
Because I went to one of my buddies was a big LimeWire or whatever. You could go get all kinds of music. He'd have burnt CDs and stuff. But it would be random, though. You'd have a song that would cut into something weird.
Thank
like-
you for watching 102.5.
Yes, it would be just some kind of weird commercial or something. You're like, what?
DJ Milky Milk,
Yeah.
503.
It would, yeah. It just pop in there. A Three Doors Down song would have some, DJ Khaled in the middle of it or something. You're like, what?
And then some of them, it would, like, you listen pretty far in, but I don't think this is even the right guy singing. And it would just be
Yes, that would
somebody
happen
that
all
was
the time.
real similar, but not the same, not the rap artist.
They would remix it halfway through.
Yep.
Yeah, I never downloaded one song on LimeWire though.
Really? Where did you get them off of then?
I'm not confessing anything.
Listen, hands up. All right. Apparently, Pirate Bay was real big.
I don't
Some
know if
kind
I
of
heard of it.
that was supposed to be as big as LimeWire at the time, and I know, I'm not. He's not confessing, but now LimeWire was on the computer.
I
So
don't remember it at all.
yeah,
Well, all I'll tell you is,
I had one of those buddies that burnt me a CD one time. You ever do that to the guy that was peddling them CDs
yeah,
at the school?
yes, I had. He would put the most random music on it, and it'd be like you could go to church, you could get pumped for a ball game, and cry at a funeral and everything on the same CD.
In the
Britney
same
Spears,
the same 10
Ralph
minutes.
Stanley,
you know,
Johnny
even,
Cash.
even your CDs was like that,
Yeah, that was like a mix. Every one of them was mixed.
and it's the ability to not have the song you need at that time. It's somewhere. Just go to track 6, you'll get something close.
Now CDs are just useless, ain't they?
Yeah.
Like they ain't no use for them.
Somewhere in my stuff, I've got a booklet about that thick of John's mix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Getting them people to download music
Yeah.
for us, and I just remember, seemed like I tried LimeWire, and with the dial up, you would spend like 6 hours, and if someone turned the computer off or anything trying to download a song, and then it'd be something that's not even the song, it'd be like a clip from a movie,
Yeah.
just people talking.
Or
Denzel
you get a
Washington.
phone, you get a phone call and the internet cut out.
Yeah, that's truly what. And I was like, how do these people have like 1,000 songs
Mhm.
on their computer? You know what I mean? Like, I can't even get one.
Yeah, people bought the Apple ones. You know, they was what, $2 a piece, dollar and something a piece back then. Have thousands of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's hard to fathom
I think
having that much money in music.
I don't think they thought about it that way, but you know what I mean? Because it's just 99 cents. It's like, how many songs you got on there?
Yeah,
yeah, I think Spotify was probably one of the biggest things we never realized how big that was. Pay $10 a month, you get as many as you want. That's what, or 7 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Just access to any song ever. You know, not
I don't know
having to
how they worked that out. Do you? I mean, like I guess
How
they
they
make
pay
enough
people.
for commercials. I never see a commercial, so how is my little, what is it, $30 a month or something paying?
No, it's still not even that. It's only like, well, you might have the family plan,
Yeah, I've got it we use at the stores, so
but like to me, like if it was $50 a month, it's almost worth it.
yeah, it's worth it. I just can't see how, you know, they went from $1 a song to listen to whatever you want for $30 a month.
Yeah, it I'd say that more or less. I don't know how you would say that really. Somebody must have had a lot of money when they started, for one thing. And here's the thing, Netflix too. Like you think about Netflix. Netflix single-handedly destroyed video stores.
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Like they single-handedly
gone.
put them out of business. Actually, and there's somewhere around here that started it back up. I don't know where it's at, but you can rent DVDs, and I'm like, good luck.
Well, it may be nostalgic. I guess it may make a comeback, but that was a good experience for me. You know, on the weekends we would go pick out a few movies, get a few games, and go hit up Long John's. And
Yeah.
you remember that? It was a weekend thing for us just to get to go do that.
Dude, you would get back with a game.
You'd
and, like,
spend the whole evening getting ready to do that and watch a movie, and you probably wouldn't even finish it. You go to sleep.
So you go rent a game, and then it'd be Friday, and you'd be like, "Yeah, I got this Joker till Monday." Pop it in there, and it can't read, and then you have to take it back, and they would give you another one, but then it wasn't the weekend no more. Or the opposite, you had to try to beat this game in 3 days.
Yeah.
I rented a lot of Nintendo 64 games, and then kind of PlayStation
It's crazy.
took over. But
I don't remember that one bit.
well, you was pretty young. but
That's
did
crazy.
you ever do that? Like go rent the games?
We didn't never rent them. I borrowed them off. My cousins would always have the latest and greatest. So
Yeah.
I would just borrow theirs, like Guitar Hero.
Well-
when they got tired of it, I just borrowed the guitars, the game, and everything.
Well, they so like you live in Bell County. Where did you usually go to? Like Pineville or Millsboro?
Pineville, I forget the name of it, but it was like a locally owned store.
So
there
they
wasn't
did
a
have
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
It was like Bell Video. Might have
Yeah.
been it. Bell County, Bell
Oh,
Video.
that unlocked a memory. The mall had one too.
A Bell Video or a video store?
The Bell Video. That I don't remember where it was at. Are you sure it wasn't in Millsboro Mall?
They may have had two.
I know, you remember
It was
the
like a locally. It wasn't Blockbuster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was something in the mall, but
Think about it. We had a FYE in Millsboro Mall.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I thought you
But
was
there
talking
was something
about.
else there too a long time ago. Mamaw Brown bought me an NBA 02 there.
You're talking about KB Toys, probably. They sold a few games.
It was right across from where Toys R Us was, which was what FYE. FYE then moved in there.
Yeah, that was KB Toys.
That's what I'm saying. You probably remember, but I remember an NBA 02.
Yeah, they just had a few games behind the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Pineville had a video store, and you guys would go there.
Yeah, I think it was called Bell Video, but it was mostly just videos. We went there. I might have rented some games when Blockbuster got over in Middlesboro.
Yeah.
It seemed like Bell Video didn't do the games or something. I can't remember, but I do remember you said Nintendo 64. We didn't have one of those. We had the
GameCube.
Sega.
Sega.
Sega
Yeah, I had one of
Genesis.
them too.
Sega Genesis. My sister, she wasn't even into big video games much, but for Christmas she wanted the Sega Genesis.
Sega.
Yeah, with Sonic the Hedgehog, and
Yeah.
we played it. That's
Dude,
the only game we had.
That
For it.
was the biggest transition ever. Like I would stay with my grandma, and she would play games. She was big into Super Nintendo, and her in her 60s, I guess at the time, she would sit and play Super Mario with me, and she would be better than I am. She would do good at it. And I remember, they would hit up the yard sales and flea markets a lot. So like, she would have a Super Nintendo for a while, and then it would just be disappeared, like they sold it or something. And then she'd have a Sega, and we would play it for a while, and then all of a sudden it would be gone one day. I don't know if like my uncle would sell them or whatever. Then she'd have Super Nintendo back, and we'd just go back and forth. But I remember it was so different going from Super Mario to Sonic. It was just so much more like interaction. I felt like.
What was the small? I love that thing. We played Sonic on the small Sega. It was about this big, and the screen in the middle.
It's Dreamcast, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a handheld one.
It was a handheld.
I bet. Have you even seen one of
It was
those?
about like
Dreamcast,
that.
I'm pretty sure.
And you slid a game in the back,
Yeah.
kind of like a Game Boy, a little bit.
Was that out before? That was out before Game Boy, wasn't it? Or was it at the same
I
time?
don't know. It was about. It was pretty big. It wasn't like the little slim Game Boy, and it had a pretty good screen. But I played Sonic on that a lot. I loved it.
Yeah, it's crazy they had that back then. But I remember I had one for a little while, found at a yard sale or something. That just
My sister had, for some reason, she went through a Sonic the Hedgehog kick.
Yeah.
And I got the benefits of it too because she'd hand it down, and I got to play it.
it's funny how like Mario's is kind of like a slow paced game, and you just stop and have to try to jump on something.
Yeah.
Like Sonic, everything was fast paced, so like they did opposite.
Catapulting off stuff.
Yeah, and just
Going in
flying.
the
You could like
circles.
fly through a whole level in just a few minutes. You felt like you was really doing good, but you wasn't getting any points at all.
So that what was the name of the store in Barberville that rented the games?
Video Palace and Silver Screen.
Gosh,
Silver
Silver Screen
Screen.
is so
I was right on
iconic.
top of that earlier.
Man, if somebody would open a business and name it Silver Screen, it would have to do good.
Well, I liked the Video Palace. Seemed like it. Well, it was cheaper, so you could. Mom would let you rent more things. Silver Screen had better quality, but it was higher, so you didn't get as much. So we would usually go to Video Palace.
Is it not crazy now? Like you would rent a physical something. Now you rent a digital something, and then the digital something. We watched, I think it was the new John Wick movie or something the other day, and $8,
Yeah.
and now it's gone. I can't watch it no more. Nothing's changed. They just made it all digital.
And it's a lot more expensive too, because
Yeah.
then it seemed like $1 or something you could rent for the weekend, and like you pay an extra $1 for extra day or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Did
it
they
was
have a deal where you'd have to the videos, not the DVDs that you didn't rewind it, they charge you extra? and stuff?
Yeah, they had a rewinder there. Or
That
something.
was way back.
How crazy
It's
it
not
is.
rewound. They would look, they'd open.
These they just came up with that. They ain't got nothing else better to do than rewind a VHS tape.
I'd say it was a lot of labor though, wasn't it? Just have put in that thing, let it rewind that whole.
I guess if
VHS.
everyone just finished the movie and took it out and you had rented 50 movies, I guess it would run into.
And then they had the thing that polished the DVDs later.
Yeah.
I wonder how many times that you can polish one. It's probably about gone when it after,
It
after a
wasn't
couple
much
times.
left.
And everybody would scratch them like crazy.
You'd get one, it'd be smooth as a baby's butt, and it wouldn't work. You'd be like,
Yeah.
they've sanded this a few times.
They've turned it to one too many times.
They got the 700 grit out on that one.
Yeah. So you'd have that, and then you have like the tanning kind of jumped in there too, didn't it? Like tanning and renting videos.
Yep.
So they kept combining it, trying to keep it going, but it eventually faded away. Well, Redbox, that faded that away, and then Netflix was mailing DVDs to people at the time. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That's kind of how they started. Like you would, we never done it, but I remember seeing it on TV a lot.
We did the Red Box, I think, when we moved down to Barberville 7, 8 years ago, 9 now probably. We did Red Box quite a bit. And
Yeah.
then it's kind of like when Netflix hit, it just everything was over.
Yeah, it's useless almost.
Yeah.
And can we talk about how terrible Redbox is? Like, let's really think about this. Like, you go out there and there was a line, like in its peak, like 4 people in line, right?
Yeah.
And then they're up there and I'm like, well, I don't know if I want to watch.
What do you want to watch?
And then you scroll through it and they're reading through it and it's like raining outside. And
Yeah, you get up there and they don't have any left either.
No, you're there. Most people are there usually to get like the kind of the new release.
or they kept DVD and Blu-ray and they'd only have the Blu-ray version. Oh, I'd rather them not even had it at all, because it never.
I
had
never
Blu-ray.
did get in the Blu-ray. It's just, to me, it's like, what are we doing here? It's
A little higher quality and a lot more expensive.
yeah, just make a better DVD. Like, don't have both. Just
Yeah.
make something and be done with it.
So pretty much, I think Black Friday is done. I don't know, like as far as like like big commercially, like Lowe's. Did you see what Lowe's had to do to get people there? So it was like you probably seen it, didn't they? They were giving out buckets.
I didn't see it, but I heard that some of them had done a lot
So
to get
like
people to come in.
you would go in, and I think it was the first 50 people got a bucket and had random stuff in it. One bucket would have a $2,000 gift card. But see, here's the
Should've
thing:
went.
is instead of them running a sale like on like a Black Friday, they would rather have 50 people stand outside and hit 40 degrees, and they might win that gift card. Like that's
Yeah, that's what I couldn't figure out. I heard a lot of them would do that, just giving gift cards and then people just leave. They didn't.
I guess
buy
if you
anything.
think about the way Lowe's is, not that you can't order online, but it's kind of a in-person
well,
store.
and it's
so
a
I
lot
guess
of
they're
it.
just trying to get them in there.
You know, I mean, a new drill. Yeah, that'd be. It's a hardware store. You know, like with my store, like a trailer hub. If I marked it down on Black Friday for $5, it ain't gonna matter.
No.
You know, like
You're right.
I mean, you man, they got that trailer hub
One
out
dude
there.
randomly would come in and be like, "Oh man, this is amazing."
Man,
I'll
they-
take them all.
Yeah.
Man, they got lug nuts for 25 cents over there. Like,
So there is no Black Friday sales at Corey's.
no, do not come in because nothing is on sale. It's a part store. But we, trying to overprice everything.
Yeah.
But that's just the craziest thing. But like in your business, though, you kind of have to have a Black Friday
Yeah,
sale.
it's part of it if you're selling like retail and stuff. And
How'd you try to get people in there? Like,
we did this 15% off of everything, and we've done a lot more than that in the past. But it's like with tariffs and everything, it just there's not a lot left, not a lot of profit there to have. And if you mark it down, you're gonna give your stuff away. Then you're gonna have to reorder that stuff after. Then you may not sell it by Christmas, and we know after Christmas you're stuck with whatever's left because people do not do much shopping in January.
and you
Not
do,
until like
don't you have
Valentine's
a
Day.
tax on what you have in?
Yeah, and then you
Inventory.
have inventory tax, whatever
So-
you got to pay on that. So and it's took us several years to kind of figure that out. It's better for us just to give a little bit of a sale, not completely clear everything out, not make anything, because people still think you're making money at 25 and 30% off, but you ain't making much.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of work involved in just, I mean, if you just get stuff out of a box, put it on a shelf, it's time consuming, and people coming in and buying it and then bringing it back later, and then you have to kind of try to see if you can sell it again. Sometimes you might have to throw it away.
Yeah.
So we just changed some things that way. It wasn't as big of a turnout, which I don't think if we would have had a huge sale would have been a big turnout anyway, because a lot of people ordering online. The economy is kind of tough right now, and
How'd Monday go?
on Cyber Monday,
Yeah.
it
be your
it
first,
was
wouldn't
definitely was definitely a lot better than any of the other days we had. We put out a promo code. People like it. I mean, even locals are ordering online, and we'll have people at our stores in Corbin. They'll order from Corbin, and we ship it to them. And I probably passed their house up on the way to the post office, but
Yeah.
they like it. They'll pay for the shipping a lot of times, and even on the small items, like we'll do free shipping on $25 or more. But like some of them will just buy like a T-shirt and they'll pay the shipping instead of going to the store, which they may work or something and can't come during hours.
Yeah.
So.
And here is something I say a lot, and as a guy that is the manager of the store, and Justin, he sells product. It's not the product that, you have to make good money on a product because there's so many other factors. We just had a guy quit, and we're trying to go through the hiring process, and it's all good, but it costs way more to train somebody than even, and a lot of them will quit and not even ask for a raise. They just quit. You would almost give them a couple bucks more an hour because it's almost cheaper than trying to train somebody for a month,
Yeah.
and then they may quit. And then there's all
You're
these
just
little
constantly training people.
yeah, and it's not that, like I say, products have not went up a whole lot, but it's everything else has went up a whole lot.
Yep.
Just
And that's what the public don't see. They don't see that you've spent time training the person that's put stuff on the shelf or maybe worked in the back and built stuff. They just see, well, this guy's making a fortune off this
Yeah.
hub or the sweater or something, you know. Like we're selling sweaters in the store that somebody has hand, you know, embroidered a sweater, and we bought it, and somebody has hauled it to the store, usually me, put it on a shelf, steam it, hang it up and everything, and then they don't want you to make anything on it. There's a lot of work, you know, goes into that.
And this is a PSA for anybody. And this is a controversial, and it's on Facebook, it's on wherever. There is always somewhere cheaper to buy something.
Yeah.
And again, people don't see that. And here's our thing. We build the trailers. We buy the metal by the truck, you know, it comes in. The axles, we have a guy that builds them. We buy crates of hubs to buy these axles and crates of fenders and crates. And then there's people in London that build trailers out of their garage, you know, like Jonathan's like, yeah, buddy, I'm going to fire up and build a trailer.
Yeah.
And he does. And then they come in and they want me to compete with this guy.
You can't.
Who is just building them for fun, essentially, making him a little side money. And we're like trying to pay employees and pay workers and pay insurance and pay. And then in 5 years, your trailer tears up. Who you going to?
Yeah.
You go to that guy's house, he might pull a gun out and start shooting at you.
He may have moved.
He probably changed identities by now.
And if he's truthful with his numbers, and everyone is, you didn't save anything anyways.
Yeah. So
That's what happens. People are not truthful when they say, like, for example, they'll ask me, you know, what I charge or something, and then they're like, well, my uncle runs the excavator. I'll just rent one and let him run it. And then they bust the door. They have to buy fuel and haul it in 5-gallon jugs. 'Cause, you know, when it all comes down, I would love to pull back in and just be like, really, what did it cost you? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart enough. I know how much stuff is to rent. There's no way if I quoted $5,000 that you're missing that by much. And you've had the awfulest time ever was. And you've bought panels. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
it really, if people are really honest, you know what I'm saying? Even a guy who just randomly builds a trailer. The reason I know that is I thought about it. When I first met Justin, I had a fascination with trailers. Like, I would just like to build one.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, kind of just
Yeah.
exactly what I want. Like, I want a dovetail and I want this to be stronger. You try to buy like one axle set, you know, just one, not crates, and try to buy metal and hunt 3 or 4 different places, just like 2 sticks of 20-foot metal.
Yeah.
You can't. There's
Yeah.
no way. You can't do it.
Take you 2 weeks to do it.
Yeah, and doing all that legwork and then ordering just like a wiring harness,
Yeah.
lights, a jack. When I added it all up, it's like $2,000.
Then you get done, you look back there and it's going.
Yeah, and I didn't understand the 60-40 rule or whatever they call it, the weight distribution. So that's why I said there's no way you do it cheaper. But people lie to themselves and kind of
Yeah.
say like, well, but you know, I can
Yeah.
build it. It just take a day, stick it together. It's just some angle
Yeah,
line.
you could hunt in the junkyards for like a month and gather up everything in the world. Like there was a guy that used to work for Dad, and I worked with him, and he would make trailers out of like stop sign poles and stuff like that. Yeah, you could get by cheap like that. It may take you 6 months to build one, but
yeah, you've always got the $40,000 side by side and the $500 trailer.
yeah,
Always. And
Yeah.
it don't
those
matter.
little tires about that big.
Yeah, little bitty bearings in them. And so here's what happened. A little bit after you left, we get a lot of people that come in and want us to do wholesaling to them. And it's kind of an interesting thing. Like, we keep enough stock that we could wholesale. So we started doing that, you know, to kind of we were selling parts at wholesale. Well, they kind of cutthroat around a little bit. So we get the product, we can get it, you know, at a better price than they can, but they have no overhead, no insurance, no workman's comp, and no warranty and nothing. You
Yeah.
know?
People don't care about that. They just worry about the price.
They want the lowest price possible, and they're not worried that their trailer might fly apart or, you know, and I'm not even saying that our trailers are better than theirs. I'm not saying that. And they could be built just as well, but, you know, it's a little bit of a story with everything. And I catch myself doing it. Like, I won't shop at IGA sometimes because their stuff is a little more expensive, but at least they are a lot more local than Walmart, you know,
Yeah.
or even Save-A-Lot is a lot more local than.
We go to pick pack to try. I try just where I'm a local business owner to. I'm not going to be ridiculous, but also I don't care to pay a little bit more to keep it local.
Yeah.
I try to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You'd pay a little more for a little better quality.
yeah. And to know it's going to someone family owned business and it's supporting people in your community,
Yeah. And like different, I guess different types of businesses, like competition is rough. And then competition to me, I think is healthy, in ours, I feel like competition helps everybody and like it's got a retail store.
Yeah.
It keeps the prices down
It does.
to where that not one person is just, raising them higher and higher and taking advantage of people. It keeps the price affordable and there's enough to go around. So like we've never been upset over competition or anything. A lot of our competition, like we buy sweatshirts from a lady in Barberville and she has the same kind of store and, we just about are friends, And then there's another place downtown Corbin and, they shop in our store, and they have their own boutique. And then Sarah will shop at theirs and, it's healthy. But then like car dealerships and then like Corey's trailer business, it's pretty cutthroat,
It is.
It's a lot different. And even with your business, I'm sure it's kind of cutthroat too.
In my business, it is. It's like cutthroat, and it's in a way of like they'll pull up and just start just destroying what you done. Like, well, I wouldn't have done it that way. It took us this long. And
Throwing
that
off on him.
driveway's not right. And
He can't even use that equipment.
yeah, this and that. So they just start like throwing off on you. But the way I have been, I had an opportunity once to do that. Some guy, very, very successful in like the grade work and landscaping industry, or hardscaping, whatever you want to call it, earth moving,
Yeah.
small residential stuff, and even some commercial.
That's what it
He
is.
about cost me my job once, and it was all because I won a bid over him. Well, we bid against each other again, and that customer asked me, he's like, "This is a big conglomerate, How can you guarantee like I guess he's saying this dude's so big, I know I'm gonna get a good job with him. How could you even compete with that, And I almost was like ready to spill the beans, but I was like, this is a customer. It's going to look bad on me if I just complain and whine like he almost got me fired,
Yeah.
So all I said was, I was like, it's so hard. I said, I cannot speak to what they can do, but I can tell you I'll personally be here doing the job, not workers.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you right now is what will be done. And I said, here's a list of people you can look at our job and see,
Yeah.
And I just find like backstabbing people, I just feel like it's not the way to go. I could have there, like he about cost me my job and this and that, but I just took the road of like, hey, whatever he says he can do, that's on him. I'm just going to tell you what we can do.
Yeah.
And I will be here personally seeing to your job, and I'm more hands-on. We're a smaller company, and I played to my strengths and just let the bid be what it was. I won the bid because I was probably a quarter of what he priced it for, but I didn't know his money. I priced it for me to make money.
Yeah.
And but it's easy though to
Fall into that.
fall into like throwing off on another
Yeah.
guy. Even I've had some rough looking stuff happen and people want me to fix it. And I usually just say, sometimes people have a different idea than maybe, and I try to let it go because it does not work out if you dog out people and throw off on their stuff.
So
I
many
don't
different
think.
ways to approach, doing something like you do too.
Yeah.
and I, you're better off as far as like competition, worry about yourself and what you're doing and not even worry about anybody else.
Yeah.
If you focus all your energy on yourself, what you do, if you're worried about everybody else, you're losing time and energy worrying about them.
Yeah.
You could be worrying about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always tried to stick to is just you worry about you and you'll be successful if you focus on yourself.